Hope you all have completed your lunch. And in this class, we are going to see one more example problem in projection of solids case. And in particular, we are working with the solid axis perpendicular to one plane and parallel to another plane. In that, so far we discussed two problems, I think. These two are coming into the same kind, that is axis of the solid perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. And now one example problem which is coming under the category solid axis perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Just by reading the question, what I written in the board, you can come to an idea under which category the question is asked. Let's start to answer it. See here, students. I just read the problem for you. A pentagonal prism, a pentagonal prism of base side 40 mm and axis height 60 mm is resting on HP by one of its rectangular faces. With its axis perpendicular to VP. That's it. This is what the question. So this problem statement is enough to express the actual resting condition of the solid with respect to the horizontal plane and vertical plane. Okay. So the object given is a pentagonal prism. I am just having a solid model of that just for your reference. It's prepared by the chart, so it's damaged up to some extent. See, it is actually a pentagonal prism made up of chart. Okay, pentagonal prism. This pentagonal prism having dimensions base side length as 40 mm and axis height 60 mm. So it is resting on HP. Again it is going to resting on HP by which it is resting. In the previous questions, clearly with which parts of the body the object is resting on HP or VP will be clearly mentioned. But in this question you can see that it is resting on HP by one of its rectangular faces. It is actually a pentagonal prism where you can find a rectangular face in it. The base is in the shape of pentagon. The face is also in the shape of pentagon. Where you can find the rectangular face from that solid? The side faces. The shape of the side face of this pentagonal prism is in the shape rectangle. Okay, the shape rectangle. This is what they are meaning. Not only for the pentagonal prism. You take any prism. The shape of the side face is rectangle. For example, see here. What is that actually? A hexagonal prism. The shape of the base is hexagon. The shape of the face is also hexagon. But what about the shape of the side faces? Rectangle. And here, you can see it is a triangular prism. The shape of the base is triangle. Face is also triangle. The side faces are rectangle. Until the base side length of the polygon and the height of the polygon are equal, we can have the rectangular side face only. If the base side of the polygon and the axis of the polygon are same, then you will get square as the side face. Okay, just imagine. And in the case of a cube, the side face is perfectly a square. Cube is also a square prism. The base and the face are there and side edges also there. The unique feature of the cube is nothing but the base side length and axis length both are equal, and the number of sides in base as well as the side face are also equal. That's why it's a unique solid. Okay. And in the case of the pyramids, what about the shape of the side face? Isosceles triangle. In all pyramids, you can find the side face as isosceles triangle, whatever it may be, square prism, pentagonal prism, or rectangular prism, square pyramid, pentagonal pyramid, hexagonal pyramid, whatever it may be, the side face is in the shape of isosceles triangle. Okay, now having some idea about the side face, the term side face in a solid. So in this question, we are having a pentagonal prism. It is going to rest on the horizontal plane by one of its side faces. How many side faces this pentagonal prism is having? 5 side faces are there. Out of these 5 side faces, it is going to rest on HP with only one side face. And in addition to that, some more conditions also given. What are they? It is resting on HP by one of its rectangular faces with its axis perpendicular to VP. It should rest on HP by the side face. In the meantime, the axis of the solid should be perpendicular to the VP, because in this way also it can rest on HP by its side face. Now also the pentagonal prism is resting on HP by one of its side faces, but the axis now is parallel to VP if you consider VP and HP in this manner. But what asked in the question, the prism, the pentagonal prism given is resting on HP by one of its side faces and the axis is perpendicular to VP. See, I think you know where the axis is actually in the solid. It is an imaginary line which is connecting the center of the base and the center of the base. Inside that solid, the axis is assumed. So that axis line is now perpendicular to VP. This is what the exact resting condition of the solid. Now we are in need of drawing its front view and top view. So simply assuming the 3D environment, so you are having your pentagonal prism in that way. It is resting on HP. When you look it from the front, in the VP screen, you can get the pentagonal shape base view. And in the top view, you will get the lateral view of the solid in some manner. So exactly what we can get in the top view can be drawn by using proper procedure. So just have the idea. So the base view of the solid will be obtained in the front view and the lateral view of the solid will be obtained in the top view, because it is VP and that is HP. So keep this in mind. With that preliminary idea, we can start to answer this question. First, as usual, you need to draw the XY line. Let me to rub off the board. It is our XY line. And now, first 2 checkpost questions we needed to face: where and how. Where and how. First, what is actually where? Where should be the base. So in that resting condition, your pentagonal prism resting on HP by one of its side faces and axis perpendicular to VP. In that resting condition, where the base view will be obtained. Just also I discussed with it. In the front view, you can get the base view. So you have to start the answer from the front view by drawing the base view of the solid. And how should be the base? How you are going to draw the base view with respect to the XY line? This is nothing but how should be the base. How the base view will be with respect to the XY line. Because in the front view, you can draw the base in that way or in this way. In any way you can draw. So particularly by which manner the base view is going to be obtained is by this case. Because when the solid is resting on the horizontal plane by its side face, definitely as a base view, one base edge should be resting on the XY line in the front view. That's why you can satisfy that resting condition. So you need to follow this way of base view. Let me to draw the base view of the solid. Before that, just have the idea how many edges are in this solid. How many edges are in this solid? This pentagonal prism. Bottom, that is base 5 edges, face 5 edges, side 5 edges. Totally 15 edges are there in this pentagonal prism. And how many corners are in this solid? 5 base corner and 5 face corner. Totally 10 corners are there in this solid. So in each and every view, you have to bring all these edges and corners. Let me to draw the base view of the solid. Yes, I just drawn the pentagonal base view. Okay, now you need to mark the center point for that. So the procedure how to mark the center point of this pentagonal shape I already discussed in the previous class. Now also I will instruct you how to do that. So you need to use your drafter. So from your drafter, just make one scale of your drafter parallel to any one of the side of your pentagon. Say I am taking this side. Okay, from this side, from probably from its center, you have to draw a light line towards the opposite corner. In the same way, make your drafter in line with some other side, and towards the opposite corner you can draw a line. Then you can find the center point of your pentagonal shape. You need not to mark it with the alphabet O, because in the case of the pyramid only, the apex point need an alphabet to mark. But in the case of the prism, there is no markable apex point in the center of our prism. So we need not to give any alphabet. Just for our geometrical purpose, mark it and follow it for tracking the axis in the further views. Now you need to give the name for that, each and every corners. Totally 10 corners you have to name here. So starting from A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash and E dash, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash and 5 dash. Okay, and now who are all going to inside the bracket? So it is based on your imagination. See, I am considering this solid. So in this pentagonal prism, I am considering the back side as base and the front side is face. So in that way the solid is resting. It is your VP and that's your HP. Okay. Okay, in this way the solid is resting. I am considering the surface, the pentagonal surface nearer to VP as base and far away from VP as face. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and they are A, B, C, D and E. Okay. So in that way, if you assume in front view, numerals and alphabets, who are all in visible condition, who are all in invisible condition. If you look at from the front, definitely in this view, you need to mark in that point 1 and A, here 2 and B, and there 3 and C, and here 4 and D, and 5 and E. So when you look at from the front, numerals and alphabets, who are all visible to you? Numerals only. So all the alphabets in this base view should be go inside the bracket. Okay. So in that way, you need to consider here also the alphabets will be goes inside the bracket since they are invisible to our eyes when we look this solid from the front. Okay. Now only the front view works have completed. You need to draw the projector from each and every corner towards the top view area of the solid. Let's do it. See, I am drawing a projector which is common to 2 and B. Okay. And here this projector is common for 1 and A. And this projector is common for 3 and C. This one for 5 and E, and finally the projector for 4 and D. These things should be done with the help of drafter only. Then only we can assure the perpendicularity between the projector and the XY line. Okay. So don't do these things with simply scale and pencil in your paper. You have to do these things with the help of the drafter only. Then only you can maintain the accuracy and correctness of the drawing. Now I just produced the projectors from front view towards the top view, and the work now is you need to draw the lateral view of the solid. Before that, we can mark the dimension in the front view. That is the base side dimension of the solid. It is given in the question as 40 mm. Yes, 40 mm. Now, here actually the solid is not resting on VP. The solid is not resting on VP. It is resting on HP and it's having no physical touch with the VP screen. Some distance you have to maintain between the solid's lateral view and the XY line here. Because why? Here you see the solid is having some gap between the VP screen and its base. So you need to consider some gap in the top view also. So first you have to start the portion of the solid with some distance. There is no standard to maintain 10 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm. It's your wish. You can approximately maintain 15 or 20 mm just to provide enough space for marking the corner's name. You can maintain some gap. So you need not to bring it much lower. It's not enough. How to maintain some gap? So this line is nothing but the base. When you look from the top, the entire base A, B, C, D, E, will be looking like a straight line. Okay, the base is nothing but here we are considering as a plane, a pentagonal plane. That pentagonal plane is appeared as a pentagon in the front view. So definitely in the top view it will be looking like a straight line only. That straight line only I just drawn. And from that base you have to maintain 70 mm distance in order to draw the face, because the axis height of the solid is 70 mm. The axis height of the solid is 70 mm. So up to this much the solid body is there. Now you need to close it by drawing the face. At the outermost edges. So I told you in the last class, the outermost edges are definitely visible edges only. The outermost edges are definitely visible edges in all sides. And now you can mark the name for each and every corner here. The corners which are all nearer to XY, that is when you look the solid from the front, the corners invisible to your eyes are nothing but our alphabets. So starting from this, you can mark as B, A, C, projector of E, projector of D. In the same way, the rest of the corners are nothing but the face corners. Starting from 1, here 1, and here 2, and here 3, here it is 5, and it is 4. Okay. And you need to highlight the all edges with the HB pencil. And when you are supposed to do that, see here, when you look from the top, the edge 2B and the edge 3C and the edge 4D, these three edges are visible edges to you. They are visible to your eyes. But the edges 1A and 5A are invisible to your eyes when you look from the top. See here, it is what the solid, it is resting like that. When I look from the top, this topmost edge and the extreme two edges are visible edges. These three edges are visible edges. But the edges just beneath the solid, this two, this edge and that edge, these two are invisible when you look from the top. These two invisible edges has to be drawn with the dashed line format in order to highlight them as they are invisible edges. Okay, so the edge A1, see here, you are looking the solid from the top. So the edge 1A and 5A are invisible edges. So highlight them with the dashed line format. Use HB pencil only, but the line format here you needed to follow is dashed line format. And 5. And what about the edge 3C? It's purely visible edge. Now the work is over. We just drawn the front and top view of the solid. In the previous questions, we started answering from the top view with the base view, followed by the lateral view in the front view. But in this question, we started answering from the front view by drawing the base view. Always first step is drawing the base view. Where you are going to get the base view, in front view or top view, it's based on the resting condition of the solid. In the previous question, the solid is resting on the HP with its base. So definitely the base view is obtained only through the top view. So we started answering with the top view. But in this question, the object is resting on the HP by its side face. So automatically the base of the solid comes parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. So you can see the base view only through the front view. That's why we started answering with the front view by drawing the base and followed by drawing the lateral view of the solid in the top view. So this is what the uniqueness in this question when compared with the previous question. Now it's over. If you are having any doubt in that, you can ask. Like the previous questions also, here you need to check whether you bring out all the edges in the solid. I told you totally 15 number of edges are there in this solid. Okay, base edges, if you consider AB, BC, CD, DE and EA, these 5 are base edges, and the face edges are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 and 5, 1. They are all face edges, and side edges are 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D and 5E. So totally 15 edges are there in this solid. Just check whether you bring out all these 15 edges in both front and top views. In front view you need to show 15 edges. In top view also you need to show the 15 edges. Sometimes some edges will be overlapped with each other in a particular view. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Check whether they are in or not. See here the edges AB and BC are overlapped with each other up to some length. It is not a problem. Check you just noted them or not. Simply note the alphabets and numerals in their respective condition. Automatically their respective edges will be come out. Okay, and the lateral edges you need to draw with some specific works. Okay, so it's over. If you are having any doubt within that, you can ask.